Ah, beautiful.
This is heavier than it looks.
Did I do it right? Hello, welcome to Manor Lords. This is Lucy the Gamer. Today we'll be playing the latest update of Manor Lords, and I'll be playing as a true lord. We'll be starting up a new game, and well, when I said I'll be playing as a new actual lord, that means that yep, we have a background of being lords, yeah. So we're going to be acting like one of my ancestors who actually was a lord. So let me name this guy myself. There we go. All right, let's customize our logo. We would want something interesting like this. Yeah, I think this one is good. What is this? Okay, whatever that is. Field B. What is field A and field B? Okay, this is field A. Let me choose something interesting. I think they've added some. I like the tree. I like this. I love this. Okay, we're gonna be choosing this sun kind of logo. Oh, there's plenty of them now. Yeah, I remember there used to be very less. This sun is also cool, but I like that one. That one is a bit more artsy. Nice. There's a dragon too here. Pretty cool, pretty cool. So they've added some stuff. I haven't played this for quite some time. This could be like the more of my country's flag kind of a thing, but let me choose it. Okay, symbol color. I would love it to be yellow since it's the sun. Is there orange? Yellow looks better. Let me sneeze. God, it gets stuck. All right, all right. So we've got this. How do I change the scale? We want it big, like 1.8 would be nice. Can I move it with there? No, I can't. Number of instances is 1 is fine. Uniform scaling, obviously. If I uncheck this, is it okay? It's you can like probably squish it, and we want a background which is plain. That is the one I would want. Red or maybe yellow here. No, red is fine. What else is there option? Red. This one. Yeah, this one is better. Let's go this red. And how do I change this? What is field B? Oh, you can have something up there. Actually, I should have this up there and then oh no. Well, that was pretty cool actually. So I'm gonna have it somewhere up here, not the bottom one. Field A should be left empty. And I don't want this arrow thingy. It's I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. I do not know how to change it. So yeah, I'm gonna go with plain one then. That's simple. Let's make it this red and with our logo in it. Perfect. There we go. We just wanted one and we want this to be like that. Let's just keep it plain and simple. No more customization. So first color is red on that and yellow on this. So do I have an option to make the edges a different color? I don't, I think. Yeah, there it is. There it is, secondary color. I did not realize it was right there. So let's see. Full yellow or maybe let's go orange. Yeah, there we go. Now it like gives you the depth. I'm gonna go with Fractured Realm is the one. I think there's 4 factions. There we go. So that's the one I'm gonna take. And Domination, eliminate all other lords by claiming, claim all regions, and endless play. Growth is large settlement. So yeah, I think Domination is fine. And no off-map adversary, that is good. Balanced AI is fine. Raider frequency, none. medium, frequent. Why isn't there any low? I don't know if we want raiders or not, because I think 3 guys will be hassle enough. So I think I'm gonna skip the raiders. There can't be camps. Camps can't be there. That is fine. They can just stay out. It does give a good challenge when you're playing with raiders. I normally play it with the raiders, but I don't wanna like have to like be bothered to like again. Sorry about that. I don't want to be bothered by fighting and defending the raiders again and again. Let's focus on the game. Let's see what it has. So which map? I've seen this one. I haven't seen the Germanic Valley. High Peaks looks interesting. Jagged Cliffs would be fun. Divided Lake Lem. Ah, there's a lake, a huge lake. Interesting. Let's go for the lake. And can we not choose where to go? Yeah, we can. It was drag and drop. I would love to be here, and let's push this guy here. Yeah, I want this place because there's a river and the lake is getting fed from it. So it's a glacial lake, I would say. So let's begin. Let's begin. So as the Lord Sarfraz Khan, I will be running this small settlement, starting from a small settlement, and we shall reign over the whole region, this which is rightfully ours. These 3 other kind of tribal areas need to be like destroyed. So that's the lore of my game. All right. So let's load up and see. I'm gonna do the basic most thing to start up. Food. Obviously storage is a requirement. Let me quickly pause it. So we're going to go with the stepwise thingy. Housing with vegetables as food, and that will give us some earning from the trade house. We're going to be using wood and probably selling planks off for the initial base building, and rest we can slowly increase our production lines into different things, since brewery is a requirement for a housing thingy. So we'll be surely going into brewery and probably import or maybe farm. So since our ancestors and they were farmers mostly, they weren't farmers actually, they would like give out the land to other people who could farm, and they would also farm themselves as well. So we're going to be focused more on farming. That's why I love farming in these games, in all games actually. So we've got stone right there, we've got salt deposit, and it's a rich resource. Oh, we've got a rich resource of animals and clay. What else do we have? Berries are pretty far away, and we have iron in the next region. So I think we'll have to get into the next region very soon. So we've got a good supply of food right here. Our camp is right there. So let's start building. Let's first build ourselves a logging camp, logging camp, because this is the only thing that is required to start building with logs. And obviously a woodcutter's thingy, we can have this somewhere here. Yeah, I'm placing them a bit far out, but that's because they can clear up the trees on these sides where we can have mines. There's the hitching post. There we go. We have our road, first road. Where's the main road? Which is, there it is, which will be connected for our traders. So let's have a road that goes and connects directly here. There we go. And so there is our basic startup logging camp and fire camp. Now we gotta put some storehouse, since we have all of these thingies here. So we'll keep our storehouse somewhere here. I think this would be suitable enough, since that's a rich deposit and we have both these logging camps here. So that would be good. Granary. since our food source is right here, we can place the granary somewhere here, and we will have our houses around this with vegetable farming. So that's how it's gonna be. A granary dedicated to food. Obviously, it's going to be dedicated to food sources. So that is there. Where's the berries? Berries. That guy has to like work hard. Poor guy. He's gonna be walking a lot. So berry source is right there. Let's have it right here. No trees uprooted. There we go. So we've got some stuff ready. We can even have a road connecting this part of the town to this part. Right through the rocks. There we go. So we have ourselves a whole road network. And let's speed things up to at least 4x. We need a hunting lodge for food. I forgot that. Where's the hunting camp? Yeah, let's place the hunting camp right here. And connect it with a zigzag road. Looks more epic. So yeah, when you settle down in a place, you want hunters to gather you food, you want foragers to gather you veggies, the natural ones, fruits, and anything that occurs in an area. So that's a requirement, and obviously you need wood. So in this we have two options. Firewood is separate and the logging one is separate. So yep, we need wood for construction, anything, any of sorts, firewood and the construction thingy. So that is perfect. That is what actually happens when you settle someplace. So after that, you do need housing because you can first stay in tents. Oh yeah, well, we absolutely forgot that we need water. That is an absolute requirement, but we do not have wood. So let's put some, we'll put 2 people in there right now. So now they've introduced this unlimited work area. That is good, but we can actually define our work area to be here. Since we don't want them going on this side, they can like literally cut that place up and make space for more construction on this side later on. So is there any fish? Even though we're on the lake and next to a river, we do not have access to any fish. Sadly. Oh, there's a bridge. That is pretty cool. Thank you, King, the Lord of this place. Alright, is this complete? No, nothing is complete yet. We need to expedite stuff, so how about we go ultra fast. Storehouse finished. Nice. We got some wood. Let's build ourselves what were we about to build? We already have a hunting camp, right? Let's place a guy there. Starts gathering food. We were about to build a well. Yeah, water source. That is absolutely necessary. Water source is that's an odd spot for water, but that's the only spot we have. So we're gonna place it right here. It's gonna be a bit off from our residential houses. Let's start building some Burgage plots. So they've changed something on the Burgage plots. Now they have a level 4, I think, and they kind of, I just read it. They like have put in more capacity of people to who can live in there. So that is pretty good. That is pretty good. So first, before we build the Burgage plots, let's build up our area for the Burgage plots that can define the vegetable farming. Oh, I don't want that edge. All right, this is good. This is good. Let's go and connect it to that spot, and then we can actually divide this over here and split it even further like this. So that's one of them. We can even have a couple on this side directly to that well, and let's have a split in these as well. So this is going to be an awkward kind of a construction, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna still do it. All right, there we go. So we're gonna keep it natural, different size plots, not an organized city. And let's place it there. Oh, no. You want it next to the edge. Why isn't it? Yeah, there it goes. It curves. Now let's reduce it down to 1. So there we go. That's a nice, decent plot size for veggies. And let's get some more here. Reduce it down to 1. There we go. 2 vegetable plots on this side. And should I be placing the houses on that side on this? I think that would give us a bigger plot for vegetables. Let's see if we swap it on this side. Whatever is giving us a better size for the cultivation. I think, yeah, it's the other side. So let's build it on that side. Doesn't matter. It's on the opposite facing side, but it's gonna give us food. So we want this also facing on this side. I'm pretty sure it'll have 1 house there, and yeah, there we go. Let's reduce it down. There's a perfect one. Oh, why is it diagonal? How about if you put 2? No, that makes no sense. 1 is fine. So we've got 4 of these now. And we'll have 1 more. Maybe on this side. That fulfills the number of citizens. No, we need 2 more. So we'll put 2 more on this side. Since this is next to the road, I'm gonna stretch it out from here. Let's curve it and just split it half. More Burgage plots. Yeah, they can face on that side. All of them are facing on that side now. If someone has OCD, so that's one way to complete it. Satisfy it. So they're all facing on that side. All right. Let's see. No, this edge isn't helping us. Oh, it's gonna leave some space on that edge. Oh, that's fine. Works for me. So, resources stolen. They ate all our meat. They took 4. We didn't have raids, but they still ate it. Let's put someone in our storehouse so he can go grab stuff around. I think it works like that. And let's reduce this to 1, and let's put it in the firewood. Advanced work area definition will be here. This would be the guy who will be chopping off firewood over here. Strong militia, yeah, sure, let us have those thingies. We want this later on. Okay, now what do we need? Exposed pantry goods, exposed goods, not enough supplies. Yeah, obviously we did not have enough supplies because the woodcutter wasn't active. So now we have almost everything active, except for the granary. Unassigned families are needed to build, obviously. Those are required. Let's get this guy out for a bit. We have a lot of timber. That is a lot. So we can just hold on for a bit. We've got enough timber there. As long as we've got timber, we'll build up more spaces in these residences so that more people move in. I hope increasing this is resulting in increasing the production of the veggies. I hope it works like that. So let's see. Let's have our first vegetable plot if we can. New family moved in. Nice. Perfect. So let these 2 families work and complete these plots. So these guys built it up pretty quick. So we need 2 planks. So we need planks first. Forgot about that. We need planks for construction as well. So what is the saw pit is the requirement. Let's place it right next to this. We can have it here, we can have it here. Let's have it here. So it's like a complete thingy enclosed there. So well, is it complete? Yep, it's 100% complete. Let's set this to reserve animals 14. That would be fine. So they kill animals at a very high rate. Eventually they just have no supply. So it's just a start where you can find small game. Look at that, we have 11 meat. So we need to get our vegetable game on quick. We need planks, we need planks. Where's that building? It should be made high priority before all of these. Well, all of these are complete. Let's put one guy in the granary now. Let's hope we get more people in. We have a decent 4-month supply of food and firewood. That is okay-ish for a start. So I believe this is quite a basic start that one should have in this game. See, now we have one more guy, so we can just put it in there. Remember to have a reserve of timber. So 20 is fine, which is standard on the set menu, like a default setting. Let's have our trade post. Is it in this? Yep, trading post. So trading post will be placed right next to this place. It's a bit far, but it's okay. Not that far. And soon, when we start trading, before that, we can even have ourselves a spare infantry. What is missing? We've got recruits missing. We need more people. So as soon as we get the people in, we're gonna go and attack these brigands there. And we're gonna steal their gold, so we have enough gold. We're gonna steal from the thieves. We're Robin Hood, basically. So as a lord, we do need to clear out these thieves and all these establishments of unpleasant activities to like keep our town safe. So I think storage and everything is all good now. All of this has been moved. We could actually now move this, relocate this to next to the store, or even here, out of the way. So the funny part is we have a rich salt deposit. Where we settled as from our ancestors, that area is also next to a salt range. So we actually do have salt and clay. So yeah, it's perfect. Replicates my history. Alright, hitching post has been moved. Okay, we have 2 more people. So now we have ourselves this woodcutter's lodge. No, the sawmill. Where is the sawmill? There it is. Saw pit. Its production has begun, I think. How many tools we have? How many planks? We have 5 planks. So now we can actually go ahead and make our first vegetable plot. Let's see if we have money. We can put the second one. Do we have more money? We have 50 more. We need 2 more planks, and then we can put up a third one. And then we will also have a bee farm right here. It could be a small one. Since this says pollination, helps in pollination. It just says pollination. So I'm pretty sure the yield will increase with the bee farm in there somewhere. We have 4 more houses that can be built. So we're rushing through. I love playing this game at a high speed, even though it is very enjoyable at normal speed if you want to like see all the activities. So this is our current plot. We are doing something here. We actually need to also get this. So I think first we'll get the herbs. and then we'll make another vegetable plot. I think that would be more suitable. So we don't have timber, I guess. That's why everything is stopped. There we go. We put in one guy there. We can even put in two guys there. They can like do it quickly. And let's wait for the things to happen. There we go. Our first two vegetable plots have started. It's October. I don't think these will survive. The winters will come in and probably destroy them. But to be honest, normally vegetable crops are farmed in winter or maybe late winter. I don't remember. Okay, my middle mouse button isn't working. I was trying to tilt it. Finally, there is some tilt to my game. I just realized this mouse is great, Logitech, but yeah, the middle mouse button kind of started giving up quite some while back. I don't know how to open this mouse. Otherwise, I would have just tried and cleaned it up and seen what's going on. So now this game is early access. It's 0.8050 version, so it's very close to 1.0 its release, and I'm pretty sure this game is decent enough now. So if they add a couple of more things into it that are maybe their aim, that's their aim. So it's pretty much going to be a really nice game to as a city builder, because there's like you can build your castles and all that. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Oh, we have to rename and we have to select this. Yeah, I remember these cards have changed, so you can see all the upgrades on this side. So I'm gonna go with this one first. Hunting hounds increases export price on minor trades. That will help us a lot. Capacity of forest good deposits. Yeah, so this is pretty good since we have a rich deposit of animals there. We should get this. And hunting hounds takes 12 gold. So I think we'll have to forgo one of our thingies, like one vegetable farm. How much? It just takes two planks. You can place unlimited of these. I thought it took gold. Oh, so I think they've changed it, maybe. Chicken take gold. Yeah, vegetables are free. Orchards and animal pen is also free. So this is already become quite simple. Bring them vegetables. I'm gonna have a lot of vegetables here, so why not? Now you can easily go ahead with the foraging of herbs, however you pronounce those. Saving complete. That is a good sign. What is this? Generic storage is full. Storehouse. Is the storehouse full? Yeah, the storehouse is full. We've got a lot of planks and wood. We will upgrade the storehouse to a level 2 storehouse. Now we're becoming a big thing. All right, let's get these two vegetables as well quickly. So now we have enough food supply that these guys will be happy. And now we can even trade food. I'm pretty sure we've got a decent supply coming in. Not right now when we harvest it. So we've got small game. That is a lot. 22. That is pretty good. That is pretty good. And how many left here? 14. So now these are the rabbits will, do the rabbit thingy. And then they'll grow and we'll hunt them more. So yeah, that is there. So one more thing that we were supposed to be doing was building that. What was that? Let's build a couple of houses here. Or we can just have a bit. Yeah, no, let's build a couple of houses here. And then a couple of houses on the other side. These houses will have goats maybe. We'll start off with goats. I normally do it with hen. But since goats are free, hens are free, we can like start off with goats. So it's winter time. I wish they put some information of the crop here, like what is happening and all that. So Winters are here. We need to put one more thing. This is something I learned, and it's pretty useful. Charcoal. I never made the... Where is that? Kiln.
Does that roof look straight to you?
Let me find the kiln,
Jaunty angle to it.
if I'm pronouncing it right. There we go. Charcoal kiln. So we do need to put these. These are helpful in like a... I don't want it next to the housing though. And I don't know why it's not letting me place it there next to this road on this side. It's probably there's an elevation there. So yeah. Let's see if it's placeable here somewhere. Okay, so this can be placed in front of the logging camp there. Just place it there. So this kind of helps in less consumption of firewood, and also you can export it. So that's pretty good. You only have 2-3 months of food. Okay, that is fine. That is fine. We're gonna make it through the winters, and in the next season we're gonna have our beautiful veggies. That's gonna actually help us a lot. So now we do need markets. Forgot the market right there. We need a market space, and the market space could be right here. You can have a small market space right here. And we'll have this curve like this, and maybe that way. Weird type of a thing. This could be our market. That is a big market though. You can split it into half if you want. Alright, so we have our market space right there. Let's see how many can fit in here. If you do it like this. Yeah, that's fine. That's a beautiful market. So we have a guy in there. We're gonna put a guy in this granary as well. There is already a guy in the granary, okay? Nice. We've got ourselves a small market set up right here. This is going to be providing fuel and food to the houses. Approval rating is increasing. All is well. Winter is finishing. We're good. We're good. We're actually doing pretty well as a start. See, 180 planks. Now we can start selling planks. We'll put a guy in there. Let's export planks, and let's set the minimum amount to, I think 40 should be enough. Maybe I'll keep it 60. Let's keep 60. And we can even buy a trade route, establish a trade route. So there's a steady export of these planks. And after these planks are done, we're gonna be exporting charcoal as well. So we've got a lot of people. There we go. Advanced. You don't need a reserve for the firewood, since this will start replacing that. So this is going to be good enough. So there we go. A new season starts, and we have 6 farms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 vegetable farms. Decent sized. There's a lot of ways people have online. They can like have a huge farm and all that, but I'm just gonna keep it basic the way I want to. And we gotta place some stuff here. Goats. Okay, chicken coop requires 20 gold, but goats don't. The pen is built for free, then you have to buy the goats. Alright, I get it. I get it. Let's wait. I forgot that part. So we have 20 soldiers. That is a lot. Alright, boys. Rally up here. Our first combat begins. There's our team of soldiers. Let's have a look at them. You're facing the other direction, Bobos. Face this no, face this direction. There. Right. Nice, nice, nice. Do not run. I want you to conserve your stamina. All right, soldiers, listen up. We're going to battle and we're going to kill those bastards who have stolen our game food in the in the beginning. All right, let's move up. Look at that. They're already started moving. We got 107 advantage over here. So what if we place them in here? Does it increase the advantage? If it does, I'm going to move them here and like this. 93 since they're moving, and when they'll stop we'll have the effectiveness changed. 110, slightly better, slightly better. I like that. Last man, move in already. Shield wall, more advantage. 114, stand ground. All right, there we go. Let's see, let's have this battle here. Look at these guys, thieves. You outnumber, no, you don't outnumber us, so we're gonna be we have a pretty good chance. Look at them, what are they carrying? Some of them are just coming barehanded. Barehanded. What are they gonna do, poke? Nah, barbarians, we're gonna get you. The fight has begun. We have a bad viewing angle. No, we don't want to move our soldiers. No, how do I cancel the move order? Okay. So now we have ours selected. Let's push forward. My middle mouse button should work. Look at this guy. He's got a club. He's not barehanded. My bad. He's chanting for his soldiers. I think we'll be winning. How do you close this? What are these white dots in there? I don't want these white dots. Stop with these white dots. Stop with these white dots. We've already broken them. They're running away. Within all that confusion, we still won. So we could have chased these guys so they don't like settle somewhere else. But let them go. Let them settle. Let them steal some gold from elsewhere. So we can go and buy or sack their small camp and take over their gold. All right, let's do this. Let's do this. You can go balanced. You don't want a shield wall anymore. Already engaged. We've already won. Alright, there we go. The message. Send resources to the nearest town and this belongs to my treasury. No, I want it sent to my town so we have gold for the people. Humble man. Highest, honest, and whatever the word is. I'm Robin Hood. Alright, we're gonna actually take some gold later, but right now, no. Right now we need to progress. I'm looking at the far future, not right now. We don't fill our pockets immediately. Alright, boys, move out. You're slow. Kind of move in faster. 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 We got more people moving in our town. So once they're in, we can disband them. We are not outside our home region. We're inside our home region. There we go. So now we can disband them. They can go home. Of these guys, thank you for your service. You guys look more... How does he have a bow and arrow? I don't think we have a bow and arrow in our team. So they have to fix these small things maybe. The game has to fix these. Alright, we're good, we're good. So we've got some stuff in the stock. Let's see our trade center. No trade done yet. Let's where's the fuel? Charcoal. We can even start exporting this, and let's keep this to 80. We can keep 80 for ourselves and then we can sell the rest. 311 firewood, that is a lot. Boys, you're not working hard enough. Let them work hard enough. And Yeah, this is increasing. 18. Nice. So we've got a good start. We've got everything done. Let's we've got enough gold. Let's go for chicken coops, I think. I'm gonna go for animal pens this time. I'm gonna go for animal pens. And do not forget what we were actually going to do. We wanted to build apiaries. 2 animal pens and 2 apiaries. I don't know if how many of these apiaries help, but let's see. I think there was a limit to it. 4, or maybe it was some other game. I don't remember. So let's start this. I'm sure bees are free, but the goats won't be. So we're gonna have some goats in there. Let's make a road from this backside. We'll obviously touch that. Let's just make it into a square. There we go. That is pretty good. What is this? Bodies need burial. Oh, we need a burial place now. Where is that? Oh, it was already there. There it is. Corpse pit. We can place a corpse pit on this side. Yeah, I guess we can place it here. So we'll have a corpse pit right here. And let's make a road that will go from behind of these housing and connect to this graveyard. Let's speed things up. All right, this is built. We're gonna have goats or pigs. So 25 for goats. Where did my gold go? I thought it was 200 and something. We are exporting, right? I hope we're not importing stuff. Anyways, let me check. Yield of milk and chevon and hides. This guy gives pork. So if we're going for meat, we're gonna get pigs. Let's go pigs for now. We need meat. We are meat eaters by breed. Alright, there we go. We need a guy in there that can like go and get these guys out. 8 corpses. Let me check if we are trading. Is there anything that we are importing by accident? I don't know. I did not press anything like that. Hides. They should also like write down what's made of what. I think shoes are made of hides. Yeah, we have nothing to be we have nothing that is being imported. We can even set this as a trade route. There we go. I don't know why it is red. I haven't seen anything major trade. Export price is just 2 gold. Now we have 247. What is happening there? Alright, let's check if we can click that. No, we can't. Yeah, I was about to rename the town to the town my ancestors settled in. That is Isakhel. So I'm gonna name it Isakhel. That will be the first town. Then we had a second town. When we'll capture a region, we'll go grab that and name it that. And then we have a third town as well. The third town is not a town, it's basically farmland. So yeah, the other 2 are actual towns that we've kind of built up. So yeah, we have let's see, any vegetables coming in? Not yet. What is the stage? They're still probably just in the soil. Do we oh, there we go. That is what was missing. Not too late, not too late. We need 67. Oh my god. So this was a small change in the game, I think, that I skipped out on my bad. So yeah, so this one is where you actually have to buy the seed. I was wondering why it's just planks. Why is it all free? It was the similar as these animal pens. So let's see if we have to buy the bees too. No, we don't. We know. Meadows wild bloom fattens the hive. Meadow environment, okay. And 10 magnify the meadow give. Increasing pollination strength by 2% for each active apiary. Up to. So now we have 2, so we can make up to 5 and it'll give us 10%. And that is the maximum we can get. So that's nice. That was one thing I was about to say. Look at them. Now they're doing this stuff. Let's build one more here. Now we'll have vegetables. So that is, boys and girls, the lordship makes mistakes at times that people have to accept. Now they'll be hungry for the winter season. Maybe, but I'm sure they won't be. So yeah, there we are, there we are. So now it is going good. Everything is what we want it to be. And let's see if there's any other camps out there. There's one. We can go sack that camp later on. So since this one is done, we can take out the guy. He doesn't have to keep working there. He's just... This is something that should be automated. The free people can do it. This would be a suggestion to the developer, since we don't want people in there just stuck when there's no killing going on in our region. So yeah, let's have a look at the beehives. Look at that. Oh, these are pretty nice. These are big beehives. And there's our piggies. 2 piggies. So piggies don't have to have a huge land like this. Vegetables and orchards do have this requirement of a bigger area for bigger production. So that's one thing I would say, that yield, there should be some kind of a yield according to the area. And pollination. See, there's something, perk of the walked land. Okay, as I think so, the perk over here decreases agricultural efficiency, which we will counter by pollination. So I did change the name of my town, but it did not have an effect. So this is the place where you can see meadows are that much, woodland is this much, and farmland, rural and urban. So it defines the area of your region. So I'm going to so this is Isakhel. How do I rename the town? I just zoomed out and went back in and it worked. Ah, there we go, my fellas. I know how to do things. So we should start gathering some stones since we have extra guys hanging around. Let's put a stone gatherer's camp right there. He will gather all the stone. Once it's gathered, we're gonna make into quarry. Workers extract rough stone and rubble stone from underground. So is this a rich? No, it's not. So we don't need a quarry. We just need a... Where is that guy? Industry. Yeah, this guy, stonemason station. So stonemason can also sit right next to it, or we can have it right here. We can have it next to the store. Let's have the stonemason right here. Stonemason can do that job. So we do need a mine for clay pits and all. Tannery, hides, to leather. It should be next. Tanneries are usually smelly, so technically it shouldn't be next to the houses, but who cares? Let's place it right in between the houses. We'll have some Burgage plot in there. So we'll place this tannery over here. An odd space to be in, but it is fine. Let's see if we can place a Burgage plot there. Or maybe you can have a hitching post. Let's have a hitching post here. We'll need another one anyway, so we're gonna put a hitching post right here. Oh yeah, this is perfect. This is even better. Yeah, this is good. We're gonna place a hitching post right there. And we're gonna place bandit camp was sighted. So these guys settled somewhere close by. There they are. Oh, what was that? All right, guys. We have a simple town running. Harvest season started. Our vegetables might not be ready yet. Let's see if we get some. Yeah, they are harvesting them. So maybe we get a bit less yield. Oh my god, there's some stuttering. I gotta check if my memory is getting full with the recording. Yeah, maybe the game is like, okay, you recorded enough, shut up. Okay, I'm gonna quickly check that. I'm sorry if the game is giving you low FPS because I'm opening up my hard drives. No, it's good enough. There's no issue like that. Let me just save just in case. We're gonna overwrite our old town. How about we just delete that? There we go. Create a new save. Let's make it Isakhel live stream YouTube. All right, there we go. Confirm. We've got a new save now. There we go. All set. We've got our earnings started. We have enough gold. We have enough timber. We have enough planks. All right, let's build up more Burgage plots maybe. Or let's see what is missing. What do we have missing? We have a church to build. We can have a church. Church can fit in right here. That would be a decent spot, wouldn't it be? Yeah, I think this would be a decent spot. Let's build the church here. Church. Farming. We can go for farming next. We need more Burgage plots. So before all of this, let's go for some mining. These turn wool to yarn and flax to that. Leather. Yeah, we were supposed to be building a tannery. We did that. Lime kiln. Lime kiln will have mortar production. Stonemason, clay furnace, smithy, lumbery. So we gotta first have the mine. Where is the mine? I think it's in the gathering. There it is. What is this? Quarry, fish, hunting camp, forager's hut, forestry. Yeah, let's go and build a mining pit on salt. Since this is going to be a permanent thing, let's start gathering salt. I don't know when it is required and where it is used. It's, I think, used for sausages. So we're gonna connect it to the kiln, and we've got ourselves that. Where's the tannery? Is it complete? Let's place a guy in there. Advanced. You don't want a reserve of hides, just make it into leather. Large storage. How much leather do we have? 141 pelts. Does this require pelts to make it into these? This requires hides. We need goats. Where are the pelts being used? I forgot about these things. Alright, we don't need a tannery right now. But we're gonna be building a Burgage plot. Not a Burgage plot. We're going to be building a couple of Burgage plots here. And we put goats in them. Church is built. I don't know what this guy does when you put a father in there. I don't know. if that helps or not. I remember it didn't help. Church access is there. If I remove that guy, it will still be there. See? Yeah, it's not affecting anything. But I still like to have that guy. Maybe I think he rings the bells. Okay. Pantry is full. Yeah, because you're far away. So we gotta have another granary guy who can move around stuff. I think it's going to be overwhelming for him, a single guy. Now we've got our veggies coming in. 127 veggies, 206 carrots, beef, pork. We have multiple of food sources. So here we are, boys and girls. This is stage 1 of Manor Lords. This is how you start off. Maybe there's a lot of different ways, but this is how you start off. Let's have a beautiful tour of our village. I wish my mouse worked. Let me first set the settings. Beautiful.
This is heavier than it looks.
Did I do it right? That was cinematic. Let's save it. Let's save the game. So I think this is enough for part 1 of our Manor Lords. And we're going to be doing part 2 soon enough. And how do you close this? There we go. Control C. I still don't know. This is the rotate now, but tilt up and down. Let's see where the controls are. There is going to be a button to tilt up and down. Rotate camera, camera backward, leftward, forward, left, back. Alright, yeah, that is something else. Cycle between towns is T. Alright, there's no button for that. So this is all good. We're done with this today. And we'll be playing it more for the next stage, where we go for level 2 housing and making their requirements complete. Let's see if there is something missing here. Everything is complete. All of it is complete. So this is the basic setup. Yeah, we need to do one more thing. Do not forget this. Go into foods. We've got carrot production. Start exporting the carrots. Earn more gold. We will keep this to 82 and we will purchase a route for it. There we go. We have 3 trade route setups. We have all the requirements completed. Now we have these houses being built, and we'll build animal pens. And we'll have some goats so that the tannery also starts to work. Then we can step into our clothing part of the industrial thingy. So that's how lords used to work. They would like first go for the food, residences, some trading item so that they could barter at that time. So since in this we have gold already, so yep, barter isn't there. We just trade with gold. There is a barter option in this game as well, but let's just not use it since we require gold, so we'll just simply go for gold. And yeah, resource gathering obviously. So we've started with all of that, and now we are good with stage 1. And in the second stage we will have to see the requirements for level 2 housing. Then we can take this whole series with each stage of what do you say, housing. Each stage of that. And yeah, our eventual goal is taking over this land and not letting them have control over the region. So that's what we're gonna do. Only if my middle mouse button worked perfectly, I would have given you a better cinematic shot than this one. So, alright, let's wrap this up. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next series episode, and thank you for watching. Do like and subscribe to my channel. It supports me. I am trying to build up a community. I play a couple of games. You can just go around, have a look, and you'll find something that suits you. All right, bye bye.